From the words of Lord Shiva and Lord Krishna, there's no one more dear to them than those who have respect and worship these two. Music has an ability to deepen our connection if we take the time to know what we're singing about. There was no other reality other than Krishna Bhakti. That was it. Someone, somewhere, would not be able to succeed because, whatever idea we think, because we can find some pastime where Krishna has said, never mind, I'll make sure you succeed.
Hey guys, I'm Manjari Mukherjee and you are watching me on Pop Diaries channel. Today's conversation is very close to my heart because we are talking about something which is actually, I have got into it recently, and due to a lot of personal reasons, we as a country of spirituality, we are right now on the verge of world heading towards spirituality. Every place in the world across is heading towards spirituality, and one of the pioneers of paving a very different way through devotional music, through making sound, kirtan become your approach to spirituality and knowing yourself, your identity, and your connection to the God and to the universe. I have the pioneers sitting with me, and it's none other than the Grammy nominated, the very, very beautiful person, Acyuta Gopi ji. Uh, First of all, Hari Om, Namaste. Thank you so much for making India a part of your tour. I am so happy to have you here on our channel.
Thank you so much.
I mean, seriously, from the bottom of my heart, I think there are so many less people out there who think that devotional music can change something in one's life. But I am someone who connects to music in a very, very deeper level.
Yeah.
For me, music is something which will put me to sleep when I can't sleep.
Yeah.
And it heals me. Every expression that I want to put it out there, when words fail me, music actually does the job for me.
Absolutely.
So, and you are someone who's not just crafting her own path to spirituality through music, which is like creating your own form of expression to your God, to your bhakti. And then you're also someone who's paving that path for other people to follow. Because in your kirtan, in your sound, we find joy and we find belief that we are connecting to that universe. We are connecting to that one person who's governing us all at the end of the day. So thank you so much.
Thank you. I want to come to my own concert now after hearing from you.
I have to tell you guys, please do not miss her concert. Chal Man Vrindavan. She's bringing this music to us in the land of Krishna. And before I approach this whole concert and the tour that you have planned for India, I want to know, you growing up in a Western society, so away from the land of India, how does the consciousness of spirituality come to you, and how did music help you to pave that path?
So my parents joined Krishna consciousness in 1974, and so for me there was no other reality other than Krishna Bhakti. That was it. I was born and raised with Krishna's blessings, and so my parents had to pray a lot for a miracle because I was born premature, and so I was in hospital for several months, and I was weighing only 1.5 pounds.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And it was really scary, incredibly terrifying. And my parents were pretty much praying for a miracle. I didn't even have enough veins for them to put needles in to try and give some kind of like sustenance because everything was not quite formed yet. And once I finally got released from the hospital, they took me to the temple of Radha Govindaji in New York. And they said, if anybody can perform miracles, it's you. So please, you perform some kind of miracle, do something. And so miraculously, they decided that they wanted to keep me around. And so I'm here. But basically, I was sold from that moment to Radha Govinda. And so I am just trying somehow to be, to live. And what you all are seeing is just an expression of just trying to be as much authentically myself as possible. And growing up in a Western country means you have to know what you want. You really have to want it. In India, easy. It's easy. It's in the fabric of everything. So much in the fabric that people don't even question why they do things. Exactly. You go to an arti, you go to a puja. What happened? I don't know. We went to a puja. Why do they do the things they do? I don't know. They did them. Why are you bowing down before God? Because my mom told me. So nobody is. It's easy.
Yeah.
And in the West, you have to want it. You should know why. Why are we doing these things? Why are we praying the way we're praying? Why are we offering incense? Why are we offering ghee lamp? Why are we blowing conch shells? Why are we doing any of these things? And so I made it kind of my business to know the reasons behind these things, so that it doesn't just become, I did it because somebody in my family told me I should.
Wow. I mean, I'm going to take this point and put it out across over there. You say it's easy in India, but somewhere I feel that fact from you that you have wanted to know the reasons behind everything that we are doing in bhakti, and somehow over here in our land there are very less people who actually want to know the why. We have forgotten why we want to connect to God in the first place. And so beautiful that you are actually here to teach us that you have to go back to the why to understand the foundation of praying. I mean, it's mind blowing. I mean, I just realized that sometimes we just feel so disconnected at the end of the day. I am something like this only. I want to know why I'm doing something. Exactly.
We should never give up asking. Exactly. It's okay. Why we're praying, but why are we praying? Over and above praying for good test results, or a new job, or a new car, or a new boyfriend, or like all the other things. But why actually are we having a conversation with divinity? Because then we've come before the form of God. And then, of course, you get all of those different questions. Well, is this an idol? And so many other religions say that you shouldn't have idols. And so what makes this different? And for me, prayer is like if you are writing a letter and you take it to the mailbox and you put it inside the mailbox, it has to have an address. You have to know who you're praying to. You have to know where they reside. And so this is the same thing with murtis. So for me, murtis are not idols. You have to know, it's like going to the right post office. Who are our prayers being directed to? Otherwise, would anybody write a letter and just toss it out and hope it gets to the destination? No. We have to be really smart about it. So we have to know why we're sending a letter, who we're sending a letter to, how is it going to get there the fastest?
True, very true.
Yeah. So this is when we go to temples, we have to understand that these are spiritual centers of like spiritual mailboxes where we go and we can enter into that space and we get to know, okay, but who am I praying to? We should look back at these spiritual stories and take a moment. Who am I praying to? We Ganesh Chaturthi is coming, but why?
Absolutely.
Over and above all, but Lord Ganesh can remove all obstacles, but why? And what obstacles really is he removing?
Exactly.
Is it just you'll never see another red light ever again? No. we should get on a deeper level with divinity.
True, very true.
Because we are working on such a mundane level, and for God, this is nothing. This is a snap in a moment of time, of lifetimes that we've been cultivating relationships with divinity. So now we should ask deeper. We should inquire deeper because it's about a relationship. We're building a relationship actively with divinity. So if I say I'm your friend, but I know nothing about you, then it feels a little false.
Absolutely.
But somehow we feel okay doing that with God. You're like, I shouldn't know anything about you, but God, you should know everything about me and you should give me everything that I want.
That's very true.
That's
that
business.
Is exactly the mindset. Yeah. But how does music come into this picture? Like, how did music become your way?
So for me, writing in words were actually the entry point when I was 8, and I'm reading all of these things, and then I'm hearing and I'm understanding that unfortunately we have a view of God from people who don't know anything about God. Because how could we say that Sri Ram didn't care about Sita? Just about 10 days before the war, he goes to Lakshman and he says, I don't think I can do this. I can't do this anymore. Valmiki Ramayana says, I can't do this anymore. And then he starts thinking, but maybe I'm still alive because the same breeze that has touched Sita's body is now coming to me. Maybe I'm still alive because I'm gazing at the same moon that Sita is gazing at. Then maybe I can hang on for just a few days longer.
Wow.
And maybe I'll get my Sita back.
Oh my God, wow.
Right. Doesn't it make you want to research now? Isn't it the most romantic story ever?
Oh my God.
Then,
where are people like this?
Exactly.
Can we have someone like that? He was also a human at the end of the day. Can we have a man like that?
Exactly. And so now when we hear bhajans about Sri Ram, we have a different understanding.
Yes.
Music has an ability to deepen our connection if we take the time to know what we're singing about, to know who we are singing to hear the longing between Radha and Krishna.
Wow.
Vrindavan is a place which is full of longing.
Yes, absolutely.
Srimati is always longing, but when will Krishna appear? And Krishna is always longing, well, when will Srimati come and get water from Jamuna? And then maybe I can tease her. And then maybe I can cause some trouble. And so then when Krishna is causing trouble in our own lives, then we're thinking, why would you do this? But this is his personality. He's going to cause trouble. And every saint has written every bhajan about it. He's going to trouble you. He's troubling everybody, from his mother on down to everybody else.
But he also has lessons in it.
Of course.
Absolutely.
And his lesson is, I'll make it right, but after I trouble you.
Wow. I love that one. That description is best. But moving along, I do have a lot of time crunch. That is very true. But moving along, this is something that I want to ask you. Right now, on a global level, how does devotional music, actually this is something first I want to ask you, do you believe that devotees of there's this thought process that devotees of Krishna are very different from devotees of Shiva? Like there's a difference in the kind of God you're praying to. Do you think this is actually true? Or is devotion just devotion at the end of the day?
According to Bhagavad Purana, Lord Shiva himself says that there's no one more dear to me than devotees of Krishna. And Shri Krishna says within Bhagavad Purana that if you really want to worship me, you should have all respect for Lord Shiva.
Very true.
So the problem is it's us making distinctions again, yeah?
Absolutely.
It's all of us saying there's a difference between devotees of Lord Shiva and devotees of Lord Krishna, but Lord Shiva and Lord Krishna don't have that problem. Because just after Lord Krishna is born, who comes to see him first? Lord Shiva.
True.
He says, I will journey all the way to Gokul. I will try and see him. And his mother says, no, you can't come in. You have snakes and scorpions. Why would I let my 3-day-old baby come and see you? This is a problem. I'm a mother. I have to protect my child. And Lord Shiva sits and cries. In Nandagan, he's crying. A lake of tears. He cries an entire lake of tears. And finally, then Krishna's crying. And she has to find, okay, who was that strange Baba who wanted to come and see my child? Maybe I should let him see. And so he becomes known as Asheshwar Mahadev.
Wow.
He who can fulfill desires, but he whose desires were fulfilled. So there doesn't have to be a difference unless we make the difference. Because from the words of Lord Shiva and Lord Krishna, there's no one more dear to them than those who have respect and worship these two.
While creating this devotional path that you have chosen through music, what was the biggest hurdle that you have come through? Like the biggest hurdle that was there that you faced and you knew that this will also be over and I will get to where I need.
Yeah, that's an everyday question. But it's exactly that, the distinctions that we make between each other. About where we come from, about who we are, about the kind of lifestyles that we are leading and the kind of situations that life puts us into. And then we judge people based on what life has given them.
True.
And it's so incredibly hurtful. Krishna comes in contact with Kubja. And Kubja is a hunchback woman. and no one will speak to Kubja because she's deformed. That's the only reason. But Krishna says, oh, you have nice perfumes. You have wonderful chandan. Will you give some to me? And he flirts with Kubja. And Kubja gives him everything. And then he changes Kubja's form completely. So when we look at the distinctions that we place on others, and then we treat them differently because life has given them something, it's heartbreaking because Krishna wouldn't do that.
True.
And so it's even, we are going to Vrindavan shortly and we'll be doing some seva for widows and looking at the way that society portrays widows. But the mother of the Pandavas, Kunti, was a widow. Would we treat her with the same disrespect?
Absolutely not.
Would we think that she was unlucky?
No.
This is Krishna's aunt.
Yes.
So if we would not think that she was unlucky, if we would not think that she was inauspicious, who are we to then place that burden on people who have given their lives in surrender to Krishna and Vrindavan?
Wow.
So that distinction, the way that people put this hard-drawn line on each other, just trying to control one another, when Krishna wouldn't do that. I think that that's the biggest hurdle, not only faced by me, but by all of us. It's a challenge to change the mindset, to think that someone, somewhere, would not be able to succeed because, whatever idea we think, because we can find some pastime where Krishna has said, never mind, I'll make sure you succeed.
I think that was the best closing remark for this conversation. I mean, I really hope that people watch this this conversation and get something out of it. The first thing that you need to get out of it is what I got, is that I'm not going to stop my curiosity to know why I'm doing what I'm doing towards spirituality and bhakti. And thank you so much.
Thank you
for bringing that kind of a realization and consciousness into spirituality and bhakti through your devotional music and through being who you are.
Thank you. Thank you.
So thank you so much. It was an immense pleasure and honor.
Same with you.
For the first time, thank you so much. But I'm so happy that someone like you is honored to have me also in conversation.
You're kidding. You're like effulgent and a bright star, really.
Thank you so much. And I wish you all the best for the tour. This was me, Manjari Mukherjee, only on Pop Diaries channel. Like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to click on that bell icon. And definitely don't forget to comment and let me know what you loved about this conversation. I loved everything. Bye.